Rove, talk about this. Carl, nice to see you on a Tuesday morning. Good morning to you, sir. Here is the Wall Street Journal headline that Jackie just referred to. Joe Biden, my plan for fighting inflation. Subheader, I won't meddle with the Fed, but I will tackle high prices while guiding the economy's transition to stable and steady growth. You read the piece. What's your takeaway?
I think it's a cover your posterior piece. This is not a serious plan. Let's look at it. The main point is, he says, the primary responsibility for dealing with inflation is the Federal Reserve. In other words, it's not my fault, not my responsibility. It's the Federal Reserve's. And then I got practical steps that are going to reduce costs. We're going to do something about supply chains. Haven't you been doing that for a year and a half? We're going to do infrastructure. Didn't we pass a bill on that last year? We're going to build 1 million homes over the next 5 years. We have 142 million homes in America today. Why is adding 0.7% of homes over the next 5 years, paid for with taxpayer dollars, going to reduce the cost of housing? We're going to have price controls on drugs. We're going to have child and elder care. In other words, we got Build Back Better. We got this $5 trillion, sold it at $3.5 trillion spending bill. That's what he's talking about. And then finally he says we are involved in deficit reduction. Now, he subtly admits that most of the so-called deficit reduction is we didn't repeat the COVID stimulus bills that we had in March of 2020 and December of 2020, and by not repeating those, we're reducing the size of the annual federal deficit. But the national debt continues to go up. And what's his answer to that? Raise taxes. We're going to raise taxes on American companies to match the levels in foreign countries, thereby making our companies less competitive. And we're going to raise taxes on the people who have more money because, as he says in his article, they ought to pay as much as their secretaries do. But he says, I want an open and honest discussion. But that's not what he wants. He wants a political talking point to say, I got a plan, maybe doesn't make sense, maybe not going to deal with it. And it so happens that it appears on the same day as this devastating headline in the Washington Post. U.S. policymakers misjudge inflation threat until it was too late. I printed it off. It's 13 pages long and lists all of the mistakes that the Biden administration made, starting with its big spending in last year and then all of its attempts to ignore the inflation as it grew to its 40-year high in December.
Wow. Strong there. Back on the piece. I will work with anyone, he writes, Democrat, Republican, or independent. Anyone willing to have an open and honest discussion that delivers real solutions for the American people. That's in the Wall Street Journal piece today. I take you back, just a couple of weeks ago, was the Washington Post with regard to the Republican tax plan. They said we reaffirm our rating of 3, nearly 4 Pinocchios. So they weren't buying that, Carl.
No. In that same paragraph, what you're alluding to is in that same paragraph in Biden's column, he once again says Senator Rick Scott's plan is the Republican plan, and he wants to raise taxes on everybody making less than $100,000 a year, or all Republicans do, and the Republicans want to cut Medicare, Social Security, and Medicaid. So, honest and open discussion. Let's start by telling something that won him 3 Pinocchios from the Washington Post, which is hardly, a right-wing rag. So, no. This was, as I said, a CYA piece. Cover your posterior. So the president says, I've got a plan, but he doesn't have a plan.
CYP, I think, is what they call that. Quickly, last week we saw a slowdown, if you want to call that of inflation, 0.3 of a point. Yeah, it is really hard to know what inflation is going to do. Okay, so yeah, I don't know how you answer that, but also how often do you have an Oval Office meeting with the commander-in-chief and the head of the Federal Reserve, who basically works right next door?
Yeah, well, first of all, let's be clear. Last month's inflation went down 0.2% compared to the previous month, and that was driven by a 5.8% decline in energy prices, which we know went back up in May. So we've not peaked. This is maybe plateaued, but we'll have to see 1 month from now. I bet you a dime to a dollar that the inflation rate in May is higher than 6.3%. So we're plateaued. Maybe if we're lucky, we've plateaued. We haven't peaked. And again, today meeting with the Fed chairman is what? I'm going to, in his op-ed, he says, I'm going to honor the independence of the Fed, but I'm going to have him come in and meet with me so I can show like I'm doing something. No, baloney.
Thank you, Carl. I won't meddle with the Fed. We'll see how that goes. Thank you, Karl. We're all feeling it. And we'll see where it ends. Thank you, sir, for your time.